All right, hello guys. Today we have got a fun little collection to play with. I got the Profusion Pumpkin Spice collection. I think that's what it's called. It's their fall collection. I got most of it. There was a few pieces that I skipped out on because I just didn't need them. But there's a lot of it that I didn't need that I did buy. So I thought we could go over the collection today and play with it a little bit, test it out, and see how it is. It's a pretty beefy collection, great price point for everything. So if that interests you and you want to see all about the Profusion pumpkin collection for fall this year, just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below if there's any more seasonal collections that you're interested in. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the pumpkin spice goodness. So last fall was the first time I ever even tried pumpkin spice, and now I'm obsessed with it. I know, all these years, I've never bothered with it just because I didn't think I would like it. Well, apparently I did. It's not pumpkin flavored. It's like nutmeg and seasonings, and that's what I liked. But yeah, so I've been testing everyone's fall collection this year at the coffee shops. Today we've got CC's, and this is their pumpkin pie cold brew with cold foam, pumpkin cold foam. It's a lot. It's almost sickly sweet. Like, it's the one I don't really go for. I like the Starbucks one. Just give me some Uggs and some leggings and a long baggy flannel. I am that girl. Anyway, let's talk about what comes in this collection. First, they have the cinnamon sticks, which is the 3-piece face and eye brush set with a little bag. I got this because I love their brushes, and these looked really cute. I really do enjoy Profusion's brushes. They do an awesome job quality wise. So that comes in this cute little bag right here. Like, isn't this cute? It says Profusion on it. I love the shade of orange. So we've got kind of a large lay down brush that also could blend. Super soft, like super soft. Cute little clear orange handles, like burnt orange. It's nice looking. And then we got a more of a pointed kind of crease brush that you can really get in there with. Very handy brush shapes. And then a wonderful little angled brush. I got some of their brushes from last year's Halloween collection and fell in love with the quality of the brushes themselves, the hairs. It's like, oh my goodness, these are like nice, like high-end brushes, and I can't believe the price point. So I was very excited to get my little paws on that. Okay, so this is called the Pumpkin Spice Collection. The little brush collection here retails for $14, but you're getting a little bag and 3 brushes, so that's a pretty good deal. They also had like a double shot faux espresso set that contained 2 pairs of mink lashes and the adhesive for $7. The last thing I need right now is more fake lashes and glue, so I skipped on that because I a lot of false lashes and glue. They also had the Pumpkin Spice Perfect Blend sponge set with reusable cup. I didn't need a cup, and I don't really use sponges that often, so I skipped on it too. So, and I skipped on the Pumpkin Spice The Basics Essentials, which was just like a lip balm and a mirror. It wasn't something I felt like I needed. And then I also skipped out on the overnight lip mask because I have a ton of those as well, and it takes me forever to go through them. These brushes are synthetic and just incredibly soft. Everything I believe from Profusion is cruelty-free also. And they've definitely upped their quality. Like, this stuff doesn't feel cheap. Like, the plastic on everything feels very thick and solid. It doesn't feel dinky at all. Yeah, they are cruelty-free and vegan, it says here. I also got the Pumpkin Spice eyeshadow palette, of course, which is like the cutest thing ever. I love these retro, like 70s looking flowers here. It looks like the couch that was in my grandma's den. I love it. Or actually the couch that was in my dad's office. Kind of looks more like that. But inside you have a really nice mirror. This is very thick, very sturdy. This isn't cheapy feeling. This feels like decent quality packaging. It is a cardboard packaging, but it's not dinky. This is also talc free and paraben free. It's infused with vitamin E and A, and it is vegan and cruelty free. And this is called the Pumpkin Spice 15 Shade Palette. So within you have 15 shades. You got this little cover here with your shade names. Don't love that because I have to keep that on hand. I would rather it been written on here somewhere, but what are you gonna do? Here's what she looks like. It's kind of hard to show on camera because it is very metallic, but look at these colors. It's my kind of colors. Do I have these colors? Absolutely. But I'm always happy to have more of these shades because I just think they're beautiful. And I can't wait to get my little fingers in this palette today. It looks like you got some very sparkly shades, like a really nice variety of textures in here and colors. I like that you have some plums, you've got some greens, you know I love those greens. You got some nice pumpkin-y oranges and kind of coffee colors. So yeah, so this comes in at $14, not bad price point. The description here: fall in love with the rich, warm hues of the Pumpkin Spice 15 shade palette. This cozy autumn-inspired palette features 15 perfectly curated shades ranging from deep, spicy oranges and warm browns to rich, golden shimmers. Whether you're creating a sultry fall evening look or a soft daytime glow, these shades will transport you to a pumpkin patch at golden hour. Doesn't that sound lovely? Each swipe delivers a perfect seasonal glow to match crisp air, cozy sweaters, and pumpkin spice everything. Cozy autumn shades, deep oranges, warm browns, golden shimmers for all the seasonal vibes. Smooth blendable formula, layer, smudge, blend with ease. All seasons glow, perfect for pumpkin patch mornings and PSL nights. Infused with vitamin A and E, nourishes and protects the eyelid with every blend. Talc and paraben free, gentle, clean, and safe for everyday wear. Fall for kindness, 100% vegan and cruelty free. So these look like they are made with kaolin and silica, some mineral oil, mica. Not a terrible ingredient deck. I also got 3 of the lip kits they had. I got all 3 of the lip kits rather. So we'll be swatching these out and testing them, but it is a cashmere lip balm and liner duo. So I got the shades Spiced Cider, Maple Sugar, and Cozy Chai, which we will swatch out when we get to lips and talk all about that. But yeah, they look, so each of these little sets come in at $8. So I got all 3 of those. So Maple Sugar is a warm nude that is sweet, soft, and effortlessly wearable. Cozy Chai is a soft mauve, perfect for the cozy autumn ready pout. And Spiced Cider is a warm burgundy that captures the crisp fall evenings and pumpkin spice nights. 100% vegan and cruelty free. So we got those. And then I also picked up both of the blushes and highlighters. So we've got Pumpkin Latte, which is a baked highlighter. These are not cheap feelings. This is like sturdy plastic. Looks like that. Isn't that the prettiest color? And they're so pretty and swirled. We'll do swatches too when we get to these, but I love that. Pumpkin Latte. These come in at $7 each. So this is the baked highlighter. We got the baked highlighter in Chai Latte, which, oh, she is pretty. She's a little more mauve-y. And then we've got the blushes. We got the baked blush in Cinnamon Swirl. Just surprisingly like kind of pinky and pretty, very fresh. That's pretty. And I like the way the swirls look. And then we have Apple Swirl. She is real pretty too. I think this one's more shimmery, where Cinnamon Swirl leans a little more matte. We'll talk a little more detail about those when it gets time to put them on. And then I also got the setting spray, which is the Harvest Mist Makeup Setting Spray. And that comes in at $8. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I forgot to put earrings on. Let me put some earrings on. Let's start with the eyes, and we'll decide where we want to go with the colors from there. Whew, okay, let's just go classic. Let's go classic fall. There'll be more videos with this palette. Trust me, that's gonna come. So yeah, I do want to do something with the greens one day. I think I'm gonna lean into something kind of classic today, though. Ooh, the mattes are silky. I don't know if you can see those, but they are very silky feeling. And really nice pigmentation. Oh yeah, wow. Dang, look Look at that. That was a terrible swatching angle, but all right, let's see what some of these shimmers feel like. Silky, smooth, almost Super Shock-like. Butter. My goodness. Here's some of the shimmers. Look at that. Hello. Nice. Those feel so silky. Very cool. We got this gorgeous burgundy one too in here. Right here, a little more pinky burgundy. Very pretty. There's a lot of nice richness in this palette. Okay. Enough yapping. Let's get to it. I'm going to start with this brush right here. It's the little kind of pointed crease. Let's start with this one right here. It's kind of corn color shade. Or maybe cafe au lait type of color. That one right there. We're going to start with that and bring that through the socket. Little tiny bit of kick up, nothing crazy. And I'm just going to start running that right through here. And we'll blend her up and out. I can't get over this brush. My goodness, it's so soft. Oh, that shade looks nice too. Nice level of pigmentation there. Cool. Very nice. And silky. These are silky. Like, I thought the eyeshadows that they did in the Halloween collection last year were great. This is definitely, it feels like an upgrade. Like, they're really improving. And I know they just re-released like all their palettes in new packaging too. So I wonder if they kind of upgrade the formula. Oh, and like the Charlie Brown stuff from last year was really nice, quality-wise too, as well. I really enjoyed it. That's a nice color. It's very like a wheat color. Very buildable. That is gorgeous. I love shades like that. All right. Now, well, let's deepen things up. This one that's a little bit of a step down right here. And we'll sort of bring that through the socket. The first shade we used was called Harvest Moon, and now we're going in with Sweater Weather. Same brush. And focus that a little bit deeper. Very nice. That's building up really well. Cool. I'm going to take the little flat brush that came with it. It's kind of a flat, it's very similar to that Sonia Kashuk laydown brush that I like, just a little bit wider, a little more paddle style. But I'm going to use this to run across the lower lash line. I think it'll do great. So go back into that first shade, that one that's kind of wheat colored. And we're going to bring that along here. Oh, that's perfect for that. And I'm going to take a little bit of the deeper one. Same thing. These colors kind of match my sweater today, so we're just going to lean into that. Oh, it looks like some of these shades are a little bit dual chromatic too. The metallics. They feel like absolute butter. All right, I want to go with the shade up here in the corner that is called Crisp Air. I'm going to take this shade right here in the corner. It's kind of a light golden champagne. It has a little bit of a shift in there to a greeny shift. I think it'll look really pretty with these mattes. And it feels just silky picking it up. These are feeling like very high end. I tap that brush off and I'm just gonna pat that onto the lid here. Okay. That's pretty. That is so pretty. It's so like lit from within, glowy. The color combinations in here too. I'm like, oh, I don't know where I want to begin. That's nice. That's really nice. Just for funsies, I want to take a little bit of the more bronzy gold right here. Just a little bit of that. We'll pat down the center of the lid. Just for the sake of using some more shades. Whoa, those look like liquid. And they have such a nice texture. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say they have almost like a high-end texture. They do. I am pleased with this palette. Now for liner, I'm going to take this deepest brown in here and run some of that along the lash line. Let me grab an angled brush. Eyeshadow palette is a 10 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth checking out. If you like these colors, this quality is phenomenal, and the price point is pretty amazing as well. I don't feel like I'm skimping on anything or getting a discount product or a cheaper product. This feels like something I would get from ColourPop or any other brand. Like, it could compete with a high-end palette. It is very, very nice formula-wise. So that is that. I'm gonna throw on some mascara and we'll come back to do those blushes and lips. Okay, mascara is on. I think the eyes came out really pretty. This maybe is that softer glowy side that they were talking about. I know I didn't go too dramatic today. Trust me, it's early days. We've got time to go dramatic with this one, but I really can't wait to get into the greens. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go on to the cheek products. Let's talk about these blushes. So we've got the two baked blushes. We got Apple Swirl, and then we've got Cinnamon Swirl, which I don't think Cinnamon Swirl is really gonna match today. I don't know. I'm gonna swirl it and give it a swatch, and we'll see what she looks like. By the way, these aren't scented, just in case you're wondering. Nothing in this collection is scented so far that I've noticed. So here we go. Let's give these a little swatch and see what they look like. All right, so you're gonna get a nice pretty pink with Cinnamon Swirl. So you're just getting a nice pretty soft pink. Very, very nice formulation. It feels very smooth. That's pretty. And the swirls don't get too messed up when you swirl in there either. They stay pretty separate. So that's cool. And then with Apple Swirl, feels nice. It's a little bit more, almost looks more like a highlighter rather than a blush. But yeah, it's got some good depth to it there. It could probably be a highlight on a deeper skin tone. But yeah, that's very pretty. You could combine these and it would look really nice also. But that's pretty. That's really pretty. We're going to try that one today. So I think it would just go with the look a little better. So Cinnamon Swirl. Baked blush retails $7. Warm up your fall look with this rich, spicy tone. I don't know if that's a spicy tone. That's kind of just baby bubblegummy pink, but okay. This silky, soft matte formula, it is very silky. Glides on effortlessly onto the skin for a radiant autumn-kissed flush. That's perfect for cozy fall days. Infused with nourishing hyaluronic acid and vitamin E that hydrates while giving buildable, blendable color that you can layer from subtle to bold. Talc-free, paraben-free, Cinnamon Swirl delivers a cozy, spiced autumn glow. Well, I think it's a little cooler than what they're describing it as, but in the swatch on the website, it looks like a soft pink too. Like it's not, they're not misleading you with the swatch here. It actually might just be a little bit lighter than that. That's just me, but it is a baked blush. They're going to be a little variations in that. I think it's actually a really pretty, sweet color. So yeah, meant to complement every skin tone. I definitely think a lot of skin tones could use this one. Soft, hydrated, radiant all day, silky, blendable texture, buildable coverage, 100% vegan, cruelty free. And then Apple Swirl, also $7. Bring the crisp, cozy vibes of autumn to your cheeks with Apple Swirl Baked Blush. This silky soft matte. This is not a soft matte. Somebody needs to tell them this is not soft matte. It is glowy. They just used the same copy for both of them and swapped out the word Apple Swirl. Yeah. Warm apple toned shade that brightens every skin tone. I do think this one would work on a lot of skin tones. Smooth, blendable texture. Okay, so yeah, it is glowy. Don't let the... I think they're a little confused on that. But We'll come back to Cinnamon Swirl when we do another look. I think it'll look really pretty with the greens. It's glowing the way like a Lord Geller blush is glowy. Knock off any excess. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty glowy. But it's pretty. I would have called this a highlighter though. It's more glow than it is blush. Yeah, I mean, that's just more glowy than it is a blush. There's a little bit of color coming through, but I don't love that. It's okay. Let's put a little bit of the, mix a little bit Cinnamon Swirl in and see if we can kind of get a little more of a blushy tone in there. I think this will be really pretty on the eyes though, and deeper skin tones as a highlighter. It's going to be gorgeous. This brush, by the way, super soft. Very nice. Yeah, when you swirl in, like, nothing gets disturbed, which is really cool. Well, you know what? Those paired together, beautiful. Hey, I like that now. This blush is cool. And the combo of the two of them, not bad. That's pretty. That's a pretty sweet color. And yeah, it's quite buildable. Okay. I'd like to see a bit of a toastier shade for blush, but... And perhaps if that other one wasn't glowy, it would have been better. All right, moving on to the highlighters. We've got Pumpkin Latte and Chai Spice. So Chai Spice looks like this. It has a little bit of pink in it, a little bit of a mauve. Very kind of cool toned. Chloe. Oh yeah, she's pretty. It's got a nice pinky pearl happening. It has a bit of a blushy tone to it to me. It's going to look beautiful with the Cinnamon Swirl blush. Then we got Pumpkin Latte, which is a little bit more of a golden tone here with some swirls. Yeah, it's going to be a nice warm gold. Not too terribly dissimilar from the way that Apple Swirl swatched. Just maybe a little more golden, but we'll put a little bit of that today because I think it's just going to match the eyes a little better and kind of blend everything, tie it together a little better. So the pumpkin highlighter retails for $7 and pretty much has the same claims as the blush. Warm pumpkin inspired shimmer that complements every skin tone. It is kind of pumpkin-y looking. Same goes for Chai. The swatches are pretty accurate on the website of what they look like. Soft golden tones, but the descriptions are not. Like, that's not golden. I think they goofed their descriptions. But anyway, I wouldn't call that golden. Let's go with the Pumpkin Latte though. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush here. Try to kind of pick up from all around. And bring down the higher points. That's pretty. That's very glowy, but very pretty. These do remind me a bit of like a Lord Geller type of product, which to me can be a little hit or miss. These are very, very glowy. To be honest with you, if I was going to skip something from the collection, I'd probably skip the cheek stuff. For me to you, I think that's not the most standout products, and because I don't think the tones they're a little too metallic, I think, a little too glowy, and the tones are a little, I don't know. I think the Chai Spice one's really pretty, or I think Chai Latte is really pretty. Like, they're pretty, they're just very glowy. And I think there's some discrepancies within the descriptions of them, but they're not bad. They feel lovely and good call outs and everything like that. But I don't think they're the standout of the collection. The palette is really stunning. Yeah, I think I would just tone down the glow a little bit, personal preference wise, but still pretty nice, pretty nice. If you like glow, you'll like those. Get my lip balm off there. So we've got the 3 sets. All right, we will start with, let's do Maple Sugar first, which is the nice little toasty shade here. Very pretty. I like the component. This is nice. And the lip liner looks great. It's like a nice lip liner. Sharpenable, it appears. Nice gold. Pretty cool. I like that. I like the feel of this. Let's see how it goes on. Yeah, it's pretty creamy. Really nice Your Lips But Better color. Yeah, that's like super creamy, so I don't know how long wear it's gonna be. But man, that is like the perfect shade for my lips. Like, this is my Lips But Better. Whoa. That is a dead-on match. These feel similar to the e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liners. That is really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, let's check out. Here's what the lip thing looks like, the cashmere lip. It's like a little squeezy tube. Oh, it feels like a really nice lip balm. Very glossy. No flavor. Very pretty. This is definitely the everyday wearable shade. I like that. I like that a lot, and it feels great on the lips. And zero fragrance or taste, flavor happening. So if that is something that you don't jive with, these are going to be a good option. And I don't think I saw anything particularly irritating in the ingredients. But yeah, that's really pretty. Good job, Profusion. Okay, I like the lips. The lip products are a go. All right, so this one is Cozy Chai. Whoa, what are you doing else so far? Get in there. Ooh, that's such a pretty deep mauve. Very smoky looking. And these do have like an insane glide. Okay, that's pretty. That is a cool color. Very unique. That's cool. I like that. Okay, let's see how the balm looks over top. That is a good little combo. Now, personally, I would prefer to see like a doe foot, but I think this packaging style is just trending right now. Everything wants to be in these little squeezy tubes, because I guess the Road Beauty stuff kind of started that. But anywho, that is a gorgeous lip. Love that one. That actually looks pretty good with the eyes too today. That's cool. Very cool. And I really do like that formula. That feels really good. All right, we'll just go with the last one today, because I think we'll just stick with the last one today as our color. Yeah, these feel very moisturizing, by the way. All right, last one we're gonna go with is Spice Cider. I guess this will be the one we wear today, since it's the last one I'm swatching. Ooh, look at that. That is deep and rich and dramatic. These are actually nicer than the e.l.f. ones. As far as the glide goes, these just slide right on. And I'll keep you posted on the wear time and all of that. That's pretty. That's a pretty lip liner. Okay, and last little balm here. I was thinking these were going to be kind of matte, considering the packaging and because they're called like cashmere. Seems like they would be a matte product. But I like these. Ooh, that one is like a warm burgundy. Ooh, that's nice. That is so pretty. Okay, the lips are a hit. The brushes, the lips, the eyeshadow palette, those are 10 out of 10s. The blush, the cheek products, I think are just going to be kind of up to you, personal preference, if you like them. They're a little bit more, I think, going to be not the crowd pleasing product. They're going to be a little more, you'll either like them or you don't type of thing. And I think they're fine, but I don't think they're the thing that you need to like run out and get from the collection. The lips, the brushes, the eyeshadow are 100% wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, let's try out the setting spray. Really nice sprayer, pleasant fragrance. Doesn't really say fall to me fragrance wise, but that has a really pleasant smell and very, very nice mist off of that. Let me read about it real quick. That retails for $8. It has vitamin E within. It's a lightweight spray, set your makeup. Perfect for all skin tones, vegan, cruelty free. Formula dries quickly for a soft matte finish. Really nice fragrance, but it's not something that's necessarily fall, but that definitely has some kind of a fragrance going on in there. Maybe some more little skincare adjacent. But yeah, that feels nice and is drying down quickly. That's a good setting spray. I like it. I can't speak to the longevity of it, obviously, but I think it feels good on the skin. It feels like a decent little spray. So yeah, I think the eyeshadow palette, this eyeshadow palette is absolutely worth checking out. If these colors speak to you, this vibe speaks to you, you won't be disappointed. It's a beautiful quality. The lips are fabulous. I like the gloss. I like the lip liner. It feels good. The colors are beautiful, very nuanced, very unique shades. Not your typical run-of-the-mill looking stuff. Feels good on the lips. Looks like a pretty decent ingredient deck for everything. And the brushes feel so soft. Those are wonderful. Like these little brushes. Yeah, I would absolutely recommend the brushes. Setting spray is nice, has a nice little fragrance to it, so it's not unfragranced. Everything else is unfragranced, no flavor, anything like that. So I know some people don't love fragranced things, and a lot of times these holiday collections and seasonal collections tend to be heavily like fragranced and leaning into, because it is part of the experience or whatever, like, you know, Too Faced and all these different brands, they tend to do, you know, scented palettes and stuff, and not everybody can wear scented makeup. A lot of people have allergies and asthma and skin irritations that can happen from that. So it's nice that there is a holiday kind of seasonal makeup collection that is not fragranced for once. I kind of gotta give them props for that, because that just makes it a little more accessible for people. I was just having a conversation with a friend who she can't use any lip product that has fragrance in it. It makes her lips like break out and kind of like chemical burn-ish. So yeah, we were just talking about that kind of stuff. She can't use stuff with beeswax in it. And then I have another friend who can't touch anything with gluten in it. It makes her skin go nuts, and things that have dairy make her skin go nuts. So, you know, there's a lot of crazy allergies out there that brands have to take in consideration for consumption, because it's so prevalent to have these allergies. Like, the amount of people I know that have sensitive skin and allergy issues it's vast. Almost every person I know has some ingredient they have to avoid in skincare, hair care, whatever. It could be even just the color used. I have one friend who's allergic to red coloring. And yeah, and then another friend who is allergic to seed oil products, tree nut oil products like Moroccan oil. She can't use anything that has that in it. There's so many things you have to keep in mind with this. So this collection looks fairly gentle and like it could work for a lot of people as far as that goes. And I'm going to try to make sure to kind of point that out if I see things that look suspicious ingredient wise, and kind of say, hey, go check out the ingredients on this. This might have an irritant. And if it looks like it's not going to have any irritant, I'll mention that as well, especially if things are like fragrance free and all that. I'll be sure to call that out to you. The cheek stuff, I think it's just going to be more personal preference if you're into it or not. I think that could have been a little bit better. They're a little glowier than I would prefer on the highlighters and the one blush. I would like to have seen a little bit more of a toasty shade in here. However, I do think they're still pretty, and if you like them, have at it. They're just know they're going to be very glowy. Which, I mean, I'm not always mad at. I just haven't been in the highlighter mood lately. But I do think they're very versatile and going to work on a lot of skin tones. If you're wanting a matte product, the only matte cheek product is going to be the Cinnamon Swirl. And it is a pretty kind of baby pink blush that is very buildable. And actually the combination of them together is really nice. And the highlighters are very pretty. They're just very pigmented. And yeah, so there's that. They're very, very glowy. Almost metallic. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, I think it's a beautiful collection. I very much enjoyed it. I'm happy that I purchased what I did, and I'm going to continue to use it throughout the fall season. I'll definitely have some more looks coming your way with that palette. There'll be probably short form and long form with it. So keep your eyes peeled, and I have a ton of fall content planned out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. May the peace of the Lord be with you always. Bye now.